You really want loads of wheat, but you don't want to build some massive industrial wheat farm. You'd like something little. Okay, let me show you how. Credit for the inspiration of this farm goes to Eagle Eye 621. The link for Eagle Eye is in the description below. I've taken what he did a couple of years ago, made it into a 119 design, and then jazzed it up a little bit so as it looks nice. What you need for the mechanics of this farm is inside this chest. I'll add the decorations later because I'll probably make that up as I go along. This is everything you are going to need. I've got 9 stacks of bone meal right there. If you've got more, that's great. If you haven't got that many, you can get away with it absolutely fine. But as much bone meal as you can get, everything else there, take a screenshot, pause the video, do what you got to do. Let's crack on with it. The footprint for this farm is a 3x3 square with 2 blocks coming out the bottom, although that could be 1 if you only want 1 chest, and 1 block coming out the side of the top, which is actually going to be 1 block off the ground. The first thing you're going to do is to dig a 1x3 hole like that. Just 1 deep, put 2 chests in there, although 1 chest is enough if you want it to be, and shift click a hopper into the end. Get one of the dirts that you've just dug out, place it on top of that hopper, then get one of your structural blocks, I'm using cobblestone just because it's dead easy to get hold of, and put them on either side of that. You're then going to get some leaves, place it behind that block like that. You're going to get yourself a sticky piston facing upwards, exactly like that. Another one of your structural blocks, this one has to be redstone conductive, and then a temporary block right there. You're then going to get a bucket of water and waterlog those leaves. It's not going to flow anywhere, so don't panic. If you decide you like what you see either in this video or another video, why not consider hitting that like button for me? It makes such a big difference to the channel and costs you absolutely nothing. And if you really want to, you could even hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell. Thanks loads for that. Next up, place one of your dispensers on top of the leaf block facing towards the dirt, and then on one of the sides like that, and then get your obsidian block and place it on the opposite side. So you've got 2 dispensers on 1 obsidian block. On top of the obsidian block, place one of your solid blocks, and then upwards facing into that, again, you're going to have a dispenser. So that dispenser is facing downwards and 2 other dispensers facing inwards. This is really crucial that they are dispensers and not droppers. Please do make sure they're dispensers, otherwise it won't work. Then shift click your final solid block onto the back of that dispenser like that. Place yourself a temporary block there, and then get an observer and place it on top of that temporary block. Remove the temporary block. Don't place an observer just there yet because it's going to be noisy. And then on this temporary block right here, place another sticky piston facing upwards. You can get rid of that temporary block now, that's absolutely brilliant. And then place the temporary block next to that block there, and another observer on top of that temporary block. So as again, the redstone bum faces outwards. Place your lever on top of that block right there. So when you fire it, it fires both of those pistons up like that. Then get yourself your observer, and you're going to face your observer into that observer face like that. That's going to start ticking, and then you're going to come around, remove that temporary block and face into this observer face, and that is going to have that start ticking as well. And then, because it's really noisy and annoying, flick the lever and that's going to stop that. That is your on off switch. I'm now going to fill up all 3 of these dispensers with as much bone meal as I can possibly fit in. I'm just going to put 3 stacks in it for now, but if you want to get 9 stacks in there, you can totally do that and you'll get loads and loads of wheat off the back of it. Once you've done that, hoe that piece of land there so you've got farmland. You'll know it's farmland because you'll see the leaves just showing through on the top there, and then get your seeds and plant them. You'll see those seeds are in stage 1 of 3. So if I come around here and I flick this switch like that, that is going to grow that wheat immediately because we've got 3 lots of bone meal hitting it at the same time. In fact, if you are subscribed to the channel, thank you so much, but do check that the subscription button is still on because YouTube sometimes decides to just turn them off for no reason. I don't understand why. It's weird like that. Yes, it is very, very noisy, but I tell you what, you are going to get loads and loads of wheat and seeds out of this. Then the seeds you can compost and get more bone meal, although you will find you use up more bone meal than the seeds that you receive. Maybe get yourself a bone meal farm. Trust the process. Now what you want to do is take out that wheat. You want the seeds. So I've got 3 lots of seeds there and the wheat has gone into the chest. The chest could also have the seeds in, it's up to you. Then plant one of the seeds that you've got. You'll have at least 2, probably 3 lots of seeds. You see it grew immediately. We are now going to constantly replant and harvest by pressing both our left and our right mouse button at the same time. Stand next to your wheat on top of your chest and point your cursor towards the bottom half and very nearly at the edge but not quite of that obsidian block. This means that you'll collect the seeds up and replenish your inventory, so you keep planting over and over. So pointing at the bottom half, just towards the edge of this obsidian block, press both of your mouse buttons like that. You'll find that you're holding a number of seeds now. I happen to have 6. And then kind of just fiddle with your mouse buttons so as you start the AFK process. I find lifting up your left mouse button and then replacing it is a good way to get this going like that. And there we go. We have got replacement and taking of all of that harvested goods. I'm taking out loads and loads and loads of wheat right now, and my seeds are going up rather than down. So the limiting factor of this is not the number of seeds I've got, but it's the number of stacks of bone meal that I've got in my dispensers. I recommend that you do this for a minute or so, no longer, because you're going to find you're going to run out of bone meal before you run out of anything else. And it's taken about a minute and a half, a minute 40 seconds to empty out all of those dispensers. So I'm just coming around the back. I'm going to turn that lever off so I don't have to listen to that noise anymore. And I'm going to see what it is I've actually got. I'm going to open up the chest and just empty out everything that I've got here. I've got 1, 2, 3, very nearly 4 stacks of wheat, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a bit stacks of seeds in 90 seconds. I love this farm. It is absolutely brilliant. However, I do think I could make it look a little bit prettier so as it doesn't, I don't know, just look like a few blocks in the middle of a field. So I'm just going to pretty this up now, and I'll be back when I'm finished. I think that's a little bit better. Let me show you exactly what I've done. So we've created a bit of a path up to the front entrance, which is great. But if we come around the side, we've also built it up on the side as well, just so as it covers up some of that redstone. Around the back, we couldn't cover up that little observer there, so we've got the little redstone bum facing backwards. But what we do have is this composter. We can put up there all of that extra seeds and get ourselves some extra bone meal in that chest. I did a little custom tree just to add a little bit of character to it. But all in all, I think it's just exactly the same. You bang it out here and you get all your stuff out the bottom. I think it turned out alright. This little farm is really easy to make, and obviously you don't have to do all the decorations around the outside. You could just do the very basic little bits, and everything you need to make that was in the inventory section at the beginning of the video. I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.